Welcome back to Refine the Fire. My name is Tracy Renee. I pray that you're all blessed on today. I have a word from the Lord, and how this word came about. I was in prayer last night. I just had a cry in my spirit for some people, and it was mainly, for the remnant, and then also for people that are awaiting to be married. And this is not typically an area that I kind of mess around in, but I just released like a little short clip of what God had just shared with me, and He's been really talking to me about that specific topic of marriage. When I tell you He's doing something new, He's definitely doing something new. Certain things, weren't topics that God would really discuss with me. But again, when I tell you He's doing a new thing, you have to receive that He's doing a new thing. It is going to be different this time around, trust me. But I know how that feels. And so I was praying for these people that they would be strengthened, that they would just not feel like this is just another word, or sometimes it could just be like, I done heard this so many times before. I'm tired. I'm exhausted about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to receive it. I know what that feels like. And so I wanted to pray for those people. It's men and women. And I wanted to pray for them specifically. It was just a cry in my spirit for them. And also for just the remnant and staying strong, steadfast. It's been a lot of spiritual warfare, just things that people are going through, and we're going through it together, whether we know it or not. We're going through it together. So we have to pray for, one for another. But anyway, while I was in prayer, like I said, I just was crying out. I was just talking to God, just telling Him how I just wanted these things for these people. Because sometimes I want things more for people than I do for myself. I want it so bad for them because, you care about them, you love them, and you just want them to step into all that God has for them, especially if He's shown you some things about certain people. It's like, I know it's coming, but I know they probably feel like it's just another word. It's just, I'm just going to be waiting another 5 years. And it's like, but you're not. God is doing something new. God is doing a new thing. It's a different season. We're in a different realm. We're in a different place, spiritually and physically. So, but anyway, after praying that prayer, God told me turn to Romans 11, and I'm just going to read a little bit of it. I'm going to be reading from the King James Version, so bear with me. But I'm going to start at verse 4, and it says, "But what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so then at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace, then is it no more of works? Otherwise grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then is it no more grace? Otherwise work is no more work. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded, according as it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. And David saith, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened that they may not see, and bow down their back always." This is so amazing because, as I said, I was praying for the remnant, but I was also praying for people that I know personally. Some people that are saved, some people that have backslidden, some people that don't know the Lord, just everybody. And this was God's answer to me. And this is really important for those, especially that are a part of the remnant, that have been praying for people they know. It says that the rest were blinded, according as it is written, God had given them the spirit of slumber. Okay, so as much as we want to plead, God, open their eyes, and you trying to tell them stay awake and all of this, and that's good because that's what we're supposed to do. You have to realize that for some, God has caused them to be asleep. He's caused them to be that way. And it's a reason for that, okay? And it's not so that you can boast and say, well, look at me, I'm part of the remnant, and you're not. But some people, even for this specific season and what I was praying for these particular people, some people are coming into this new realm and some people just aren't. And it's only by grace that God blesses us, not because we did anything so great. Okay. It's not because we did anything, that's just so amazing. But God does reward you for your obedience and your faithfulness. He does. But this isn't works where, I'm going to do more that God likes me. It's not about that. For certain people, it's just the time. It's that appointed time. And for some, if they're still asleep, it's just not time for them. And you have to know when to back off. You have to know when to just accept what God is saying. Just like he said, it's a time of judgment for some people. And he didn't say you couldn't pray, so you can still pray. But if you don't see anything change within those people, know that God says he's given them a spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see and ears that they should not hear. And their eyes are going to be darkened that they may not see. And if you go on to continue reading Romans 11, I'm not going to do that because that's going to make this video extremely long. But if you go on to read that, that is because of disobedience. When somebody is disobedient and rebellious against God, God will cause them not to be able to see. This is kind of like having a reprobate mind. And I can talk so much about this because I've been there. Okay. Before I was saved, I had a reprobate mind and it was something God had to take off. Nobody could pray it off. Nobody could, I couldn't go to a service to get delivered. None of that. God had to do that himself, because once he puts that on you, it's not coming off. So some people, sometimes you're like, why can't they see? They should be able to understand. If somebody was in rebellion and God has closed their eyes, shut their eyes and caused them to slumber, and it's not going to be a whole lot you can do in that regard. You can just pray. God didn't say to stop praying for them, but just know that there's something else going on and it's not going to be everybody's season. And you just got to accept that. And this is why he's saying to step away. Sometimes you just got to move out of the way. You got to accept the fact that you're in a season and they're not. You have to accept that. It's not so that you can boast, though. So make sure you have the right heart. It's not so that you can boast, because it's not anything amazing that you did. OK, that's just the way that it is. It's a season for some people to step into certain things, and for others, it's just not. This was how God was kind of, his way of giving me some peace about what I was praying and what I was crying out to him about. And it's just so that it's not that your prayers aren't being heard, but you just have to know that, it may be your season, but for others, it may not be their season. And that's okay. Maybe they'll have their time in the future. Maybe not. I don't know. But sometimes you just have to realize God is doing this stuff. It's not always the devil. Why people's eyes are closed or why they're blinded. Sometimes it's God because of their disobedience and their rebellion against him. So he encouraged you guys, like I said, for the remnant, for those that have been standing, for those that have been faithful and obedient. God sees us. He sees us. He loves us. He cares for us. And we are stepping into something brand new and something amazing, something so amazing. I know you heard it a million times before, but this time is different, y'all. It's different. I'm telling you, it's different. I'm seeing the fruit of it in my own life. I'm feeling it in my heart. It's different this time. Okay. And for those that have been waiting for a specific thing, I'm telling you, believe, continue to believe. Don't stop believing. This right now is the time where you should be celebrating. I know you did it times before, years ago, and you didn't get it. But right now, it's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And there are even specific people that have been on my heart that they don't know, because I don't know them personally, but I've seen their husbands' faces. I've seen their wives, well, not wives, it was only women. So I've seen their husbands' faces in their face. When I tell you God is amplifying your gifts in this season, if you pray about it, if you ask him to amplify your gifts, he's going to do that. It's things that I was not able to do before that I'm able to do now and able to see. And you just have no idea how God is about to bless you. These women probably have no idea. They've been waiting for a long time. But God has shown me that they're coming into their marriages, their children, these families. All of this is coming to pass. We need to be praying one for another. It's not just praying for yourself, but praying for others that are part of this remnant, that are a part of what God is doing. We want to pray for other people as well, that aren't saved, but just as an encouragement, know that God is in total control at the end of the day. We can pray, but God is in total control. So I love y'all. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, continue to allow God to refine you in the fire, and I will see you on the next one as the Lord leads. Bye.